Oftentimes during the development of a model, there are certain aspects of it that you want to sort of wrap up in a box and hide from view to present a less complex nature of what it is that you're displaying to someone else, or you want a way to unfold pieces of the model on an as-you-go basis. So I'd like to spend a moment and talk about the folder primitive and what you do with it. So that right here there's an option in the primitives that says folder, and it is in fact used to encapsulate a group of elements so that this represents a folder, and if I click on it, it opens up to show me the things that are inside of it, and I can collapse it. What happens is that if I create a number of elements, and I'm just going to create some stuff here to work with. Once I have a number of elements, I can drag around them, and now the folder becomes selectable so that I can put them in a folder. And once I put those items in a folder, they move together as part of the folder, and I can still do the types of connections that I did previously, and things move around in the folder fine, and I can collapse it, I can resize it, I can overlay an image on this folder. See, there's an image option here, the same way I overlay images on stocks and variables and pictures. And I can in fact put folders inside of folders, so that if I go ahead and create a picture and create another piece of text, I can select all of this and put this in another folder, which I can do just from the drop down, so that this is also, so I have a folder in a folder. And sometimes you want to resize them for particular reasons. I mean, this is this is getting a little crazy because of the fact that it's just a demo and it's very confusing. But the idea is that you can in fact put things inside of folders. Once you create a folder, though, you want to be very careful, because if you delete the folder, you will delete everything in the folder. If you want to save the stuff that's in the folder, you in fact have to take it outside of the folder, and you know that you have everything out of the folder when you can't collapse it anymore. If you can collapse the folder, there's still some stuff inside of it. So if I select this, drag this out of the folder, notice that this folder is no longer collapsible. That means there is nothing inside the folder. So if I delete it, I'm not deleting anything except the container itself. The same way with this, I can move this out of the and move this out, and then move this out, and as a consequence, this is no longer collapsible. You can you can take things that you create outside the folder, and you can drag them into the folder. But it has to realize that you've actually taken it into the folder. And I think that this is not doing that because there isn't anything in the folder to start with. I didn't realize that before. So, yeah. So if I actually have something in a folder so that it knows it's a folder, I can then take additional stuff in it. Now notice that when I cross the boundary, it knows that what I'm doing is actually adding something to the folder itself. Now while it doesn't make any sense for simulation models, you can connect things to folders. I mean, you can do links from folders to other items, just for pictorial representations, if it's beneficial to whatever it is that you're trying to depict and create. So a couple of, as opposed to this hodgepodge of whatever it is that I've been mucking around here on this diagram, here is the model that I did for depicting model guidelines to other people, whereby this is in fact a folder that has an image overlaid on it, and if I open it, it shows me the inside of the folder, which has a filled background. This is a picture that has text associated with it. This shows the relationship between a number of pictures, well, between two pictures and another folder, which I can then also expand, and it shows me another level of detail. So this was done this way so that I could unfold the content of this model and talk about it as I unfolded it. Its folders are also very useful for depicting the various aspects of a model, where this is a model associated with early hospital discharge implications, and it shows that there are three communities that are part of this situation being considered. There's the community, the hospital, and post-hospital services, and they are each one of them encapsulated in a folder so that one can readily see where the particular elements are that are considered to be part of the community or part of the hospital or part of the post-hospital services. When you create folders in this manner with curved linkages, when you expand and collapse them, the linkages are really crazy. I mean, they go back to where they're supposed to be when you open them back up, so that using curved lines, curved linkages with folders, and expanding and then collapsing them usually creates a mess, so that I usually simply use them to depict the the different elements that are related, that I want to remember what's part of what things. And here's one that Jeff McDonald did that I haven't spent much time actually looking at it to figure out what he's talking about, but it says it's facilitated variation of evolution, and there are a whole bunch of folders around here, so that there's one here that has a whole bunch of things in it, one to do with compartments. I mean, if you if you go wandering around Insight Maker, it's amazing what you find with over 6,000 people that are users of Insight Maker, and the things that they create that you can go find and look at. And some of them are interesting and some of them are garbage. You sort of have to judge that when you run across it. But you know, if you're searching for if you're looking for something in particular, do a search in the environment. There's a couple of thousand models in there at the moment that you might find something useful that you can build on. So this is a short intro about the utility of folders. I use them quite often, and enjoy. See you in the next video. Bye.